It's Week 9 of the National Football League. And up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Chiefs and the Bears, and it's coming up.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look here at the veteran under center, their 7th-year quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago. 21 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
They put a lot of effort into game planning and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Fitzpatrick from the gun on third down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on first and second down. And then on third down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Now Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. You look at this Bears defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
They held them to just 7 points, and in reviewing the game tape, I'm wondering how they got the 7. I actually wrote a note to myself. How did they even score? The way they were playing, absolutely dominating on their side of the ball.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
We welcome you back to Arrowhead Stadium. On now to punt, Brad Robbins. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. The Bears offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here. He is up there among the NFL leaders in TD passes. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game. Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he's able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Now Fitzpatrick. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Throwing now is Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Waters. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 2nd and 5. In motion, the tight end. Mahomes going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fowler. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. That is caught by Fountain. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flush to his right. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now Fitzpatrick. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Fitzpatrick to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Fitzpatrick.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
A little bit of finger pointing and heavy discussion going on in the defensive backfield. It's man coverage, but they leave a guy wide open. They've got to be counting their lucky stars that this ball was overthrown.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's Franklin. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
From the 21, here's 2nd and a couple. Rice will go in motion left.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep.
And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere.
It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And here's Brad Robbins now.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Bears take over.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
To throw, Fitzpatrick. Looking middle, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Fitzpatrick now.
Got his man. That's Luke Musgrave.
It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd down. Here's Fitzpatrick. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 16. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from evening this one up.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in.
Pass interference.
And the contact may have come too early. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter.
The second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. The Chiefs sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they come in on a good run. Winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. 2nd and 10. Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
A gain of 17 yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Now 2nd and 5.
19-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Pacheco once again.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Now here's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Open man is Musgrave, the tight end.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 27. Here's Fitzpatrick.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And this one is right through, and that will knot us up at 10. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Again, it's Pacheco.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since been... Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to get going again.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal that...
Touchdown, Chicago!
Luke Musgrave.
73 yards.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Isaiah Pacheco and the offense back out. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
A handoff now for Pacheco.
And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. They'll look to throw here.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. Throwing Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete here.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Fitzpatrick. His throw incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved. And that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
KC's offense ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. And again, it's Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. This is caught. Touchdown! Rashee Rice with career touchdown number 75. And the Chiefs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. (17-17) the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now Fitzpatrick.
Throw caught by Musgrave. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A short throw to Musgrave.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it.
The Chiefs offense and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, getting set for this next possession. He's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose.
Mahomes going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Waters. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
The Bears offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Mahomes now to throw.
That one caught by Rice.
And he's brought down. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Now a run with Pacheco.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Now Fitzpatrick. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. This 2nd and 4.
To throw, Fitzpatrick.
A short throw to Musgrave.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. With that, he's up to 160 yards receiving now for the ball game. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On play action, Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hands it off out of the gun.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And that is incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. They'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this team.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
An old school.
And it's a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief.
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Fowler. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Here's Mahomes to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A big play there. 53 yards. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Here's Fitzpatrick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he is going to lose yardage here. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Fitzpatrick now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The home team's offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting this. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
They'll drop this off to Pacheco.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now here's Mahomes. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up second down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
61 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
2nd down and 6 now.
Fitzpatrick to throw it. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. Here's Fitzpatrick. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter. We're back now in KC.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 1.
Fitzpatrick.
A short throw to Musgrave.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. To the air again, Fitzpatrick. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26.
To throw is Fitzpatrick.
A short throw to Musgrave.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Fitzpatrick from the gun on 3rd down.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Bears! A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Chiefs offense and their wideout getting set to go once more.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
In motion right, one of the tight ends. To throw, it's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now Mahomes. And he whips that one incomplete there. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 6. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 40-yard punt, no return. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Throwing Fitzpatrick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 2.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Fitzpatrick.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line.
The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Zone infraction, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
A give right side for Pacheco.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
3rd down and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw here. And this is going to be intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go.
And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th.
Flushed out right. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But
that one out wide and intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And he's going to use his legs here.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's a 2nd and 8. And here's a handoff out of the gun. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fitzpatrick to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. This is 1st and 10. Mahomes will throw. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Mahomes. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Mahomes. That is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And this is 4-down territory here. They know down 2 scores at this late stage, 10-yard passes aren't going to do it. So they took the shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mahomes to throw it. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC.
Yellow, yellow.
Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Here's Mahomes. Toward the pylon, caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin, 4th quarter. You're going.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Bears, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.